and let it out. Friday Football Focus is on the air. He's the real McCoy, all right. Michael McCoy and Sandy Ynez try to stay perfect on the year as they square off against Cabrillo. The high-flying St. Joe show lands in Santa Maria as the Knights do battle with Pioneer Valley. Dos Pueblos opens up Channel League play, riding a 5-game win streak, but could they avoid the bite of the Buena Bulldogs? Friday Football Focus always competes at the highest level.
Hi, I'm U.S. Olympian Barbara Nawaba, and you're watching Friday Football Focus.
Now, from the bleachers to the end zones, gridirons up and down the coast. From the largest sports team on local television. Live, Friday Football Focus.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. I am Mike Klan, and this is Friday Football Focus. We have highlights tonight from Paso, Robles to Cabrillo. Now, there's about a dozen teams in the 805 that are on bye this week, but not Sandy Ynez and Cabrillo. Friday Football Focus senior reporter Dave Alley was still working hard as well, and he joins us live in Lompoc with the action. Dave?
Yeah, hi, Mike. Yeah, certainly no bye week for us here at Friday Football Focus, but of course that's the way we like it. Now we're going to start off the show here with a Los Padres League matchup for Sandy Ynez. This was their first league game of the season. A perfect 6-0 overall for Cabrillo, 3-4 overall, 0-1 in the LPL, coming off a tough loss at St. Joseph last week. Now on paper, this one leaned heavily towards the undefeated Pirates, but you know what? Going back over the last several years, this has been a very competitive series between these two teams, so it figured to be pretty interesting to see how it is all going to play out. Longtime Los Padres League rivals meeting at Houck Stadium, each side with 5 wins apiece over the last 10 years. First minute of the game, Pirates with the ball on their own 34-yard line. Second play from scrimmage, Michael McCoy pump fakes, finds some open space to his right, tucks it in, then eludes the Cabrillo defense. Off to the races he goes. McCoy going all the way for the quick strike score just like that. A minute into the ball game, Pirates up 6-0, but the Conks would then march the ball down the field on a 6-minute drive. Big play, a halfback option, going from Cody Perry down to DeAndre Sauceda. A little razzle-dazzle put Cabrillo inside the 20. It would set up Jesus Mendoza, 32-yard field goal, would split the uprights and cut the Pirate lead in half, 6-3. Move to the second quarter, McCoy in midfield, all kinds of time. Gonna go over the middle to Jasper Kedlick. He brings it in, spins, takes it inside the 20-yard line, but the Cabrillo D would tighten up. It's Sauceda and Cameron Hudspeth getting into the backfield, coming up with the tackle for the loss. Pirates settle for a field goal to take a 9-3 lead. Pirate defense would then make their own statement. Ensuing drive for Cabrillo. Izzy Hernandez has his pass tipped and picked off by Travis Vreeland. He brings it back inside the Conk 30-yard line. Pirates in business. A few plays later, they would capitalize. McCoy at the 2-yard line keeps it himself, goes way wide, but shakes off a tackler and runs about 15 yards to score a 2-yard run. Pirates led it 16-3 at the half. Homecoming for Cabrillo. Josh Stewart, Hannah Bonham, your king and queen. Second half, third quarter, opening drive. Conks threatening inside the 10, but Hernandez once again finding trouble in the air as Gabe Prendergast comes up with the interception. Pirate D turns them away, but Josh McClurg and the Pirates unable to score off the turnover. Into the fourth we go. Cabrillo knocking on the door. They pitch it to Perry, and he's into the end zone. Conks right back in it. Down just 16-10. We've got a ball game. But on the very next drive, Pirates respond and put it away. It's McCoy up top to Prendergast for the score. That seals the deal. Wasn't easy by any stretch, but Sandy Ynez stays perfect, beating Cabrillo 22-10. And with the win, Sandy Ynez now 7-0 overall. Now 1-0 in the Los Padres League. It sets up an absolute blockbuster matchup next week. Pirates, they're going to be home. They're going to take on powerful Lompoc. Braves, by the way, off tonight. Lompoc, well, they're going to be going for their 30th consecutive Los Padres League win, and if you can believe this, their 6th consecutive shutout this season. Whoever wins that game will have the inside track to win the Los Padres League. Pretty good feeling you might find myself there on the sidelines in Sandy Ynez. Should be a great game. As for Cabrillo, well, they're going to try and snap a 2-game losing streak as they return back here to Houck Stadium next Friday when they take on Pioneer Valley. Conks, by the way, now 3-5 overall. 0-2 in the LPL. That's going to wrap it up. Live from Lompoc, Dave Alley reporting for Friday Football Focus. Back to you, Mike.
All right, Dave. Should be a great one. And yes, you will be in San Ynez next week for the Lompoc San Ynez game. Well, more from the Los Padres League in a bit, but now to the Pac-5 League. Paso Robles has a very good team, but they are riding a 2-game losing streak. Tonight, an angry Bearcats team figured to get back on track as they hosted winless San Luis Obispo 2 minutes into the game. And it's Christian Eriksen. You figured San Luis would have a tough time corralling this guy, but who doesn't? That's why Fresno State and San Jose State all want this guy. Touchdown right there, 51 yards. And before the seats are warm, it's 7-0 Paso Robles. 5 minutes later, it's Eriksen again. You cannot arm tackle this guy. Christian Eriksen downfield, nearly a 50-yard gain. Two plays later, it's Eriksen again for the touchdown, and the Bearcats up 14-0. We're still in the first quarter. Paso quarterback Steven Schouten, the keeper, he goes outside and around the corner for some 6 or 7 yards. Now move to the second quarter. Schouten gives it to big number 6. He's not in the roster, but he is in the end zone. Touchdown. Everybody goes streaking. Oh, wait a minute. At least they got shorts on. Paso Robles undresses San Luis Obispo in this one. Paso wins going away. Final score 56-14. So they are now 1-1 in the Pac-5, 6-2 for the season. Bearcats are off next Friday. San Luis hosts Atascadero next week. But those Atascadero Greyhounds getting their first taste of Pac-5 League action on the season. The Greyhounds ringing the bell and putting out the welcome mat for the Righetti Warriors. Righetti notched their first win on the year last week. Now late third quarter, Atascadero up 21-7 and driving. Quarterback Carson Rickenberger to Logan Jennings for some yards. 1 minute later, Rickenberger hands off to Eric Machado. Machado inside for about 20 yards there. 2 plays later, Rickenberger to Elijah Cooks. Oh, a one-handed beauty for the touchdown. PAT no good, but Greyhounds up 27-7. Early fourth quarter, it's Machado scooting down the sidelines for 40 yards before he steps out of bounds. And Rickenberger to Garrett Ramenhall. And how about this effort from Garrett spinning away into the end zone? We might be seeing that later. Who knows? There are a couple of good plays in this one on Friday football's finest. The Hounds roll 33-7. Greyhounds move to 4-3 on the season. We have that final score. Righetti is at Arroyo Grande next Friday. There they are, AG 4-3 for the season. Well, we are now in the Northern Division where Santa Maria was trying to stop a 3-game slide. The Saints, hey, they're not going to get any sympathy from a Templeton team that brought in a 4-game losing streak. First quarter, Saints give it to Isaiah Garcia. He goes to the right, nothing there, bounces it back, so he goes to the left and he just takes off. How about the speed? Down the sidelines for a big 40-yard gain. Saints on the move in the red zone. Next play, you think Garcia needs a break after that run? No, they give it right back to him. He takes it in from 10 yards out. Made it look easy. 2-point conversion was not easy. It's no good. Santa Maria leads at 6-0. Back come the Eagles. Jack Trimble scrambling around. Finds Morgan Scoville. Makes a terrific catch in traffic. That moves the chains. A couple plays later, Trimble handing off to Clay Simmons. And Simmons takes it down near the goal line. And very next play, Eagles in the Wildcat formation. They direct snap it to Nate Avery, and he plunges it in the end zone. Templeton gets the extra point, so they lead 7-6 late first quarter. Blake Truitt rolls out, finds Elias Alcivar down the sideline for a Santa Maria first down. Same drive. It's in the second quarter now. Truitt calls his own number. Very good runner from the quarterback position, and he just sneaks it in around the corner. Touchdown. Saints up 13-7, and Santa Maria, hey, they're back in the win column. They take it by the final score tonight, 41-21. So the Saints even up their ledger at 4-4. They are at Morro Bay next week. Templeton hits the road, really hits the road. They play non-league opponent Laguna Hills. Well, high school athletes dreaming about playing in Division I can turn to a new app for help. Now, before our Senere de los Santos went on maternity leave, she explained how this app could make dreams come true.
ScalaMe, well, is definitely into our slogan, which is get discovered, offered in one click.
Getting discovered and being offered a Division I athletic scholarship seems to be getting harder and harder every year. Now there's an app for that. High school athletes can now take matters into their own hands.
We are the first NCAA certified social network on the planet, where athletes can now download their SATs, their GPAs, and their transcripts, where colleges can literally recruit them literally in minutes.
The app is known as ScalaMe. It launched just 6 months ago, created by a couple of Santa Barbara guys.
One thing a coach wants to know in colleges is the athlete recruitable. Gotcha. Are the grades there?
With one click of a button, college recruits can take a look at athletes' grades and highlights from all over the country. It's something that former San Marcos High Ben Kirkwood wishes he had when he was in high school.
Every transcript you put on there, a college coach can look at you his junior and senior year when you get scouting. He can look at all your transcripts, be right there. It's like, oh, you need this class and this class, another English class to go to my school. I'm going to take another English class, another math class to go to that next level. Coaches
have recognized that recruiting has changed dramatically in the past decade thanks to the internet.
All the services that are available today, it's an incredible benefit. Anytime there's a corporation that's willing to help boys move on to the four-year level, and the ScalaMe group in particular, because they don't charge the boys, I'm really in support of that.
This is an application that our athletes will be able to use hopefully for a number of years now to help them get recruited. It's a great platform for student athletes to get their name out there, a safe place on social media.
That was Cinere de los Santos reporting. Hopefully she's kicking back. Hopefully she's asleep, getting ready for baby Jace. We miss you, Cinere. Hope you're doing well. And tell you that story, anything that coaches like, it's a good thing. Hopefully some scholarships will come out of that from the 805. Well, we're going to take our first time out on the night. We come back. More highlights from the Los Padres League. And St. Joseph visits Pioneer Valley. And later, in the Channel League, Dos Pueblos, Buena Tangle, and a key league contest. We'll see in about 2 minutes.